Okay, thank you very much. So I wish I could have been there in person. I'm in Uganda this week, but I want to begin by thanking the Humanitarian OpenStreetMap, Kenyan Red Cross, International Center for Humanitarian Assistance, and Missing Maps for convening this workshop and networking breakfast. To me, I think this is a great opportunity about turning partnerships into real measurable improvements for people on the ground, like the previous speaker mentioned. I want to begin by highlighting that we are in a world where disasters are unfortunately becoming more and more frequent, and they're hitting Africa and other countries much harder than before. We're in this new normal. If you take just one issue like urban flooding, uh, and you look back at news for the last, say, 5 years, almost every major city in the world has been hit by major flooding events. And these extreme weather events, where you have 250 millimeters of rainfall in 24 hours, which overwhelms any infrastructure system, has become quite common. Now, in this scenario, I don't think any of us can act alone. Humanitarian actors can't act alone. Governments can't do it alone. The private sector and the global tech community cannot do it alone. So we need these partnerships as the only way forward. Um, on a personal note, I have worked with Humanitarian OpenStreetMap for many, many years now. I remember the excellent work that was done in Haiti after the earthquake. We worked together in Indonesia on several open mapping projects. And I think these kind of partnerships help us move from static maps to living community-driven data layers that feed directly into planning, disaster response, and long-term development. To just give one example, when you do open mapping in informal settlements, it's not just about lines on a map. It means ambulances can reach people faster, flood risk can be assessed street by street, and investments can be targeted where they're most needed. Now, in this space that we work in, I think there are three very exciting developments. And I think the previous speakers mentioned a few of them. So one is the convergence of AI, satellites, and community data. This means that we can update maps in a matter of days and not years. And that is very, very exciting. We're seeing the costs of satellite imagery, for example, drop exponentially, and making it much more high resolution. Imagery is now ubiquitous. So that's number one. I think the second exciting development is this issue of digital twins. And now we are seeing lighter versions of digital twins, which are much more inexpensive and much more accessible to clients. And that gives you the ability to simulate floods, fires, epidemics in real time on a 3D model of a city before they happen. So that's a valuable tool. And the final trend I'll mention is this issue of open mapping hubs. This is a new model of distributed capacity where local teams have global reach, which ensures that the data is owned and maintained locally, but connected to global systems. So all in all, I think it's an exciting time to work in this space. And I would like to push, while I close, I would like to push three ideas that we could work on together. One is, let's mainstream open mapping into all major investments. That would mean that every new road, school, or water project should leave behind better maps than we found it before we began the project. So that's number one. Second, let's invest in local mappers and youth. Skill, jobs, and dignity come from being part of creating the data that shapes your own community. And again, in Kenya, we have partnered with Humanitarian OpenStreetMap on a digital works project, and there are several other examples from across the region. And the third and final aspect I would mention is blend funding and scale experiments. So philanthropy, government, IFIs, private sector could jointly fund prototypes and then scale what works. So the tools do exist, the partnerships are in place. The question is, do we have the will to act at scale? So I want to end by saying that let's make sure that every map we build, every partnership we form, every dollar we spend moves us closer to communities that are safer, more resilient, and full of opportunity. Thank you again, and I wish you very, very successful discussions. Thank you.